Hey, hi everyone.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Learn English Talk podcast.
I'm Mia,
And I'm Jake.
and today we're going to talk about something that feels simple but can quietly confuse you again and again when you try to speak English.
Yeah, it's one of those things that looks easy, but then in a real English conversation,
Your brain just pauses.
and you think, wait, what?
Exactly, because you know the word.
But the meaning feels different.
And today we're going to explore that together.
Not like a class.
But like a real conversation where you can relax and practice English naturally.
And if you like this kind of English listening where you learn without pressure,
Follow the podcast so you can practice English with us every day.
because this is real English,
Daily English.
easy English.
Step by step. Jake, can I start with a question?
Of course.
Have you ever felt confident about a word, and then suddenly that confidence disappears?
Yes, many times.
Me too.
It's like you're walking normally.
And then you trip on something small.
Exactly.
I remember one moment very clearly. I was talking to someone and I said, "I'm very sensible today."
Oh,
And I wanted to say emotional, sensitive.
but sensible is more like practical.
Yes, and the person looked at me confused.
That small silence.
Yeah, that moment where you feel a little exposed,
Like something is not right.
but you don't know exactly what.
That feeling is very common when you learn English.
And it's not just about vocabulary.
It's about confidence.
Yes, because when something like that happens,
You start to doubt yourself.
even if you know many words, and this is something important.
What?
Knowing words is not the same as feeling comfortable using them,
That's true.
because language is alive.
It moves.
It changes depending on context and emotion.
Let's explore another one.
Okay, actually,
Ah, a classic.
yes,
Many people think it means nowadays.
but it's more like,
In fact,
or correcting something.
and imagine this situation.
Hmm.
You say, you don't like coffee, right?
And you say, actually, I do.
That's natural.
But if you use it like nowadays,
It becomes confusing.
and here's something interesting.
Hmm?
These words,
They are not wrong.
but the way we use them can be.
Yes.
And that's why context is everything.
I remember another one, pretend.
Oh, yes.
Someone told me, I will pretend the class. And I was like, you will act like fake?
Because pretend is like acting, not attending.
Exactly.
And these small differences,
They create small emotional moments.
sometimes funny, sometimes uncomfortable, but always learning moments. You know what I think?
What?
These moments,
They are part of becoming fluent, not avoiding mistakes.
but living through them.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
When you feel confused,
Hmm.
do you stop speaking or continue?
Before I stopped.
Yeah,
Now I try to continue.
that's a big change.
Yes, because stopping breaks the flow.
And flow is very important in English conversation.
Because real English is not perfect.
It's continuous.
It's alive.
It's imperfect but natural.
Let's talk about another word.
Okay.
Eventually.
Hmm.
Many people think it means maybe,
But it's more like in the end.
or after some time. And I love this word
Why?
because it teaches patience.
Hmm.
Like learning English.
Yes.
You don't understand everything today.
But eventually,
You do.
that's a beautiful way to see it.
It removes pressure and gives you space to grow.
Another one that confused me was assist.
Oh, yes. I thought it meant attend, but it means help.
Exactly.
And I said once, I will assist the meeting. And people looked at me like,
You will help the meeting?
these moments are small
But powerful.
because they stay in your memory.
And help you learn faster.
You know, something is happening right now. The person listening
Yes.
is not just learning words.
They are learning how to deal with confusion.
Exactly.
And that's the real skill.
Not knowing everything.
But staying calm when you don't.
Let's go deeper for a moment.
Okay.
Why do you think these words confuse us so much?
I think because they look familiar.
Yes,
Our brain says this is easy.
and we trust it.
But then reality is different,
And that creates a small shock. And that shock,
is emotional.
not just logical.
That's why we remember it.
Let's bring another example.
Okay.
Fabric.
Ah,
Many people think it means factory.
but it means,
Cloth. Material.
and factory is,
Factory.
yes.
Imagine saying, I work in a fabric,
It sounds very strange.
because it means you work inside cloth.
But again,
It's not a failure.
it's part of learning.
Yes, let's return to our promise.
Yes,
We said we would help you feel more confident.
even when words are confusing.
So here's something simple.
When you feel confused,
Don't panic.
stay in the conversation,
Let the meaning come naturally.
because it will.
And if you are enjoying this episode,
Take a moment,
and share it with someone learning English.
because practicing together makes everything easier.
Jake,
Yeah?
do you think confusion ever disappears?
No. But your reaction to it changes.
That's powerful.
Because in the beginning,
Confusion stops you.
and later,
It doesn't. You just continue.
and that's when you start to speak English more freely,
Yes, not perfectly.
but naturally.
Let's stay a little longer here.
Hmm?
Because I think this moment is important.
Okay.
Imagine someone listening right now,
Yeah.
and they always stop when they don't understand a word.
That's very common.
What would you say to them?
I would say, don't stop the conversation for one word.
I like that.
Because meaning is not in one word,
It's in the whole sentence,
in the tone,
in the situation.
in the feeling.
That's deep.
Yeah,
And it changes how you learn English.
completely.
Let's imagine a small story.
Okay.
Imagine you are in a conversation.
Someone says something,
You don't understand one word,
but you understand the situation.
so you continue,
You respond.
and the conversation flows.
That's real English.
Now imagine the opposite.
Hmm?
You stop,
You panic,
you try to translate everything.
and the conversation breaks.
That's what we want to avoid.
So today, we explored confusing words.
But more than that,
We explored how to feel during confusion.
and how to continue anyway.
And that's how you grow.
Slowly,
Naturally.
eventually.
I like that word now.
Me too. So before we go,
Let's leave one thought.
you don't need to understand everything.
You just need to stay present.
Stay curious.
Stay open.
Keep practicing English.
Keep listening.
Keep showing up.
And if you come back tomorrow,
We'll continue this journey together.
one conversation at a time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.